get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
All right, let me see you make me laugh. Not happening, is it? You don't want to get rid of that. I don't know. Ben thinks the show's about them. It's always about you, isn't it, Ben? Maybe it is about the band today. We saw the title of today's show and thought it was about them. Good morning, folks. It is Thursday. I had to think about that for a second. Thursday, February 15th, 2024. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are. Still freezing, cold here. The snow has turned to ice, and it's really difficult to walk outside. It's difficult to walk anywhere for me at this age. But I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. Still a little sick. Obviously, you can hear it in the voice. Last night was Valentine's Day. Did not do anything. I hope you did something that didn't get you in the doghouse. I was thinking about this because there's a correlation between the idiot guests who can't seem to book on my calendar and say, I'm easy. Just pick a date for me. No. When we put out the call for guests on this program, no, I'm not just going to pick a date for you. I keep getting emails. Just pick a date. Pick a date. That is just like going out on a date with your wife or your significant other. And she says, you just picked a restaurant. And then you picked a restaurant. And she says, no, I'm not going through that. And that's what it is with these comedians who are sending in guest requests. Just pick a date. I'm easy. And then you send them the date. And, I'm working that day. Listen, it's a very simple thing. It's a game. We all play by the same rules. It's a calendar. You look at the calendar, see when you're available, you book that date, I confirm. It's easy that way. Don't be like my wife. Just pick a restaurant. And then I pick a restaurant. I'm not in the mood for Italian. What? Okay, go to another one. No. Just pick one. Just keep on picking one. Pick one. You pick one. I'm sorry. I'm griping, aren't I? I'm sick. What can I tell you? But I didn't do anything last night. I took NyQuil. By the way, NyQuil is not a paid sponsor of this program. I took NyQuil and went to sleep and, have some crazy dreams. I have the craziest dreams when I'm sick. But anyway, a terrible thing happened yesterday, and I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but the Second Amendment is trending on Twitter again today for reasons of there was another mass shooting yesterday in Kansas City. One person died, a mother of two, a DJ, local DJ in Kansas City. 21 people were injured. I'm just wondering, and now I'm not going to dwell on this, I promise, but I'm just wondering how long it's going to be before a certain group of people are going to be blaming Taylor Swift for this. 3, 2, 1, there it is. Somebody has already blamed her for this. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the insanity that's going on. What else is trending on Twitter today? Antarctica, and there is some video from Antarctica. It's just really nice, beautiful video of a lens flare in the sky over Antarctica. And of course, the flat earthers are all over it. You can see the firmament. You can see the top of the dome. Flat earthers, go there. Go there. Please go to the southern hemisphere. I think once you go to the southern hemisphere and you can no longer see the North Star, you'll have some explaining to do. But please stop with your imaginary firmament. Oh my goodness! How do the satellites that are bringing you internet right now, and you're watching this and you're thinking, what can I comment about Flat Earth in this little podcast chat room there? What can I say? And they're delivering you this internet. How do they get up there? Are they under the firmament or over the firmament? Are they crashing through the firmament? Please just go to Antarctica. You're breaking my brain. And the other thing that is in the news today is Tucker Carlson, who claims he has been radicalized. He loves Russia more than America. This is what Tucker is saying. Russians have it so much better than Americans. In my day, and this is not my day is past, but in my day, that would have gotten you shot in America, just coming out and saying that. I mean, he would have been labeled as a traitor and deported. Get out, you Russian traitor. Now, he's the head of the right wing, or the voice of the right wing in America. It's insane. It's insane. The whole world has gone topsy-turvy, inside out, upside down, and here I am being sick. We have a good show for you today, though, and that's why I think the band might have confused the show was about them. It's called Beautiful Music. We have I think, folk artist, composer, performer, songwriter, guitar player in the first hour, John Daddio Clark. And in the second hour, Catherine Gerhardt. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I pronounce Gerard. I don't know. Gairard. I don't know. I'm not good with pronunciations. She is a harpist, a musician. She's composing for films and sound. She creates soundscapes. I hate to put her in this, genre bag, new age type of music. In the meantime, we have Trouble on the way, and Trouble looks like this and this. Good morning, Trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're not the first one to call me that.
I know that. Good morning. Is that something you got to say? Is good morning and you show a cup?
No.
Is that?
No. Sure. Good morning. Is your cup empty or full of potential? Order your potential at minddogtv.com.
Wow. I don't think we sell potential, but we'll look into it. What does that look like?
Well, it looks like this. This is potential. You can put anything in there. Anything.
Okay. No, all right. I get it. Yeah. So we definitely are selling potential. How much did we come up with a price for potential? What is potential?
Well, we'd have to see how much potential they want. I mean, potential is sold by the gallon. Everybody knows that. Yeah, it's volume. The more potential you buy, the less it costs.
But there has to be a price point per gallon. So what is it, $1 per gallon? Is it $10 per gallon? What is it?
What market are they in? Are they in Canada? Because don't they use pesos in Canada?
No, that's Mexico.
Yeah, so whatever they...
All right.
Okay, Willie. Yeah, right. Willie. I'm not going to fall for that shit again.
What? Fall for what?
Willie trying to confuse me with these fake facts, like they actually have money in Mexico. Stop it. If they had money in Mexico, they wouldn't. Yeah, right. Now you're in on it too.
Centavos, senor.
Yeah, the two of you and Taylor Swift are trying to punk me. I'm not going to fall for it.
You think I'm off base with saying now because? Sometime today somebody will come out with a conspiracy theory to say that
I'm sure somebody will. Yeah,
Taylor Swift is responsible for this nonsense.
Yeah, I do want to.
I do want to.
No fighting, boys.
No, you go, Willie.
Well, I just wanted to say that. So for the shooting yesterday, I kind of wanted to do a quick little story on it. Mainly because they're not entirely sure that they have all of the shooters. So the Kansas City Chiefs and the FBI are asking anybody that has video of the shootings or anybody fleeing, please get those to tips.fbi.gov. I think that's kind of an important thing.
They're not sure about what now? What is it? What are they not
well,
sure
they
about?
have three people. They have three people in custody, but they're not entirely sure that was everyone involved in the shooting. So they're
I thought
asking,
it was 3 people, but they had 2 in custody. This is an update now. They have the 3rd person in custody. Is that
what I read this morning said they had 3 people in custody.
Okay.
On the AP.
All right. Now that's an unusual one, but I do think. Listen, I don't want to dwell too much. It's just a downer friggin' story, and I'm sick of all of it. But usually when something like this happens, it's one crazy nutcase. The fact that there's 3 people involved, at least 3 people involved.
Multiple shooters. Yeah, that's concerning. It's very concerning.
Yeah, it's like
it could have been like a dispute as opposed to an attack.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like I'm saying, like if the 3 of us were in the same room together and we were all strapped, I'm pretty sure none of us would leave without bullet wounds.
Right.
Jeez, tell us how you really feel. Fuck.
I think Willie would probably be without bullet wounds because he's good in a gunfight. He's had experience.
I've learned to shuck and jive. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's probably a quicker draw than you or I. So I'm just
that's true. He's done hard time. He's done hard time for soft crime.
Yeah,
I did do hard time for us. So thank you for saying that, Judy. No, people don't say that enough, in my opinion.
Well, it was Valentine's Day. No, it wasn't Valentine's Day.
No, you know what? That is often a question though. When people hear that I robbed a flower shop, they go, "Was it Valentine's Day?" No,
I always assumed it was until just this moment where I had to smack myself.
That is the natural question to ask. Was it Valentine's Day? Like, why would you? Any other day, it doesn't make sense, sir. Like,
just last night I got a sponsorship proposal from a major flower company that rhymes with 1-something-hundred flowers. But I was like, now on Valentine's night, you're gonna send me this? Like, why didn't I get this a month ago? I could have sold a lot of flowers. But I guess there is.
Yeah. I was like, when we started The Lord and His Lady, I was a little bit bummed that we missed that first week because that was most of the free trial for Luminar Neo was during that week that we didn't. If we'd have ran that first week like we were gonna.
That's not moving. You know what? We have no digital artists. We have to get another sponsor for that program because apparently they haven't moved one piece of product since we've been. And then 3 weeks, you would think they'd move something.
Yeah, no, that's distressing because I was wondering about
that. They moved the couch. Moved the couch from you.
Nope.
Yeah. Do you guys? Does what I said about the restaurant stuff, a woman going out with a woman, you pick the restaurant. Does that resonate with you guys? Because that's what the guest thing where you just pick me. I get yesterday I had to get 10 emails of I'm open, I'm easy, just pick a date. Like I don't want to pick a date for you and then go back and forth.
Yeah, no.
Am I crackling? Am I crackling? I just want to know. I just want to know if I'm crackling because I changed.
I don't see any cracking.
Yeah, you haven't crackled yet,
okay.
Oh no, there is a crack right between, right here. There's a crack.
No, that
okay. Well, okay, because the only thing I did, I'm using the exact same equipment. I just changed a setting on the phone
to non-crackle. Is there a non-crackle setting?
It's non-crackle. The thing is, I didn't realize what it was.
No, you just crackled. You just crackled right there. You just crackled when you said that.
Let me see. I can check that because I'm monitoring on the
You
other
want
line.
maybe it slipped back to the crackle setting.
Well, that's okay.
Right.
Well, now you're not
No.
crackling again.
I don't know. I'm sure it was on Facebook or something like that, but or some kind of YouTube video. But somebody they have a hack on how to get your wife to pick the right place.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, yeah, get your wife just to
say, "Hey, honey, I'm going to take you out to dinner," and she'll be like, "Oh, great, where are we going? Your favorite place." And then she'll say what her favorite place is at the time, because we all know a woman's prerogative is to change her mind any fucking second. So her favorite place changes upon her mood, right? And
what if she doesn't? What if she doesn't say it? What if she doesn't say it? Then you look bad for not knowing her favorite place.
Well, you should. Well, I mean, you should kind of know what her favorite.
I just want to. You should, but what if you get it wrong? If she doesn't say it, and you get it wrong, I just want to know: is the person who published this hack, are they going to be liable? Can you sue them for when she does whatever she's going to do to you?
When she starts biting your head off for taking her to Italian. You know, I can't believe that your wife would tell you that, like, look, oh, I don't feel like Italian. Like, I'm Italian. What do you mean you don't feel like Italian?
No, yeah, whatever. That's a whole. I've lost a relationship because I wasn't Italian enough. No more talking now. We have to go to a sponsor, and we have to get to our first guest because time is short, and so is Joe Rogan. Short, that is.
He is.
Over 2 million guitar players worldwide learn, practice, and play with TrueFire. Our learning tools and massive library of video lessons will ignite your technical skills, harmonic knowledge, rhythm playing, and soloing chops. TrueFire's educators are the best in the biz, from Grammy Award winners to world-renowned artists. You'll have access to an unparalleled faculty of over 300 top-notch blues, rock, jazz, country, fingerstyle, and acoustic guitar educators. Using our desktop and mobile apps, you'll work with TrueFire's multi-angle video lessons on any device, anytime, anywhere. Integrated learning tools such as video synced tab and notation, slow-mo, looping, practice jam tracks, and many more handy controls accelerate your learning experience. TrueFire style-specific learning paths guide you every step of the way. Use our assessment tools to find your starting point, then follow our lesson recommendations and track your progress as you work through your personalized TrueFire study plan. Progress faster with private one-on-one instruction, group lessons, multi-track video jams, live streams, song lessons, student forums, TrueFire's Riff magazine, premium jam tracks, and much, much more. With thousands of 5-star ratings and reviews from amateur and pro players alike, you'll find yourself in good company with the world's most comprehensive guitar learning platform. Grab your guitar and ignite your musicality. Sign up free for an all-access.
Yeah, but don't get too loud, band. Watch the band get too loud here. Every day, gotta go through the same stuff with this band. All right, I think our first guest is across the pond.
4 left. I've had 2 this morning. I just
Willie,
one when I woke up.
Willie.
And I
Willie's having a Valentine's Day argument here. They were arguing over what restaurant to go to last night. You were arguing over what restaurant to go to last night. Is that what that was about?
We're arguing about how many cigarettes were left last night when we went to sleep.
Okay. We don't want to go there. That's dangerous territory. Our first guest, I think, might be in the UK. I'm not sure. John Daddio Clark is a guitarist, performer. I believe he's a singer-songwriter. I think a producer. And I would classify him as a folk musician, but we'll see how he classifies himself. He's here now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in, John Clark.
Wait a minute. The University of Kentucky?
Yeah, University of Kentucky, UK, right. Good morning. Good morning, John.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. I have dinner with a chimpanzee. and lunch with a poultry frog, and Earl Grey with a marmoset, but best of all is coffee with the dog.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That is beautiful. Thank you very much.
Way to get on his good side.
Are you in the UK? Are you in the United States? What?
I'm in the United Kingdom, in the beautiful county of Kent, which is where the White Cliffs of Dover are, that have been sung about, even by the birds, I think, sung about the White Cliffs of Dover.
Wow.
And in a medieval town called Faversham, which is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I saw a thing the other night with an American travelogue, and I'm saying, this is a really ancient building. It was built 100 years ago. We've got houses in Faversham that were built 500 and 600 years ago.
Yeah.
Our house was built in 1980, but there you go.
Yeah, I think 500 or 600 years ago there was absolutely nothing here, but maybe teepees and stuff like that, and caves as dwelling. Anyway, yeah. So thank you for being part of the program. Did I classify you right as a folk musician? Is that how you would classify yourself, or do you not even bother with genre description?
Well, in 1967, my sister Valerie bought me an album. It was a CBS sampler album called "The Rock Machine Turns You On," and every single track that was on it was different from the one before. I mean, there was like Simon and Garfunkel, Taj Mahal, all these people that your grandmother might have told you about. But what I loved about it was, if you didn't like that track, you'd like the next one. And that's what I base my music on. If I do a night, I try to make every song different from the one that came before it.
Yeah, you know what? That's great artistically, and I appreciate that. I feel the same way, and I think that's why I haven't been been more successful than I have been. There's a lot of reasons. The lack of talent might play into it a little bit, but the idea that the music industry wants to put you in a box, they want you to do the same thing over and over again, and people who are too diverse and try to do too many different things, they don't know how to label you, they don't know how to market you, and that becomes a very difficult thing for the industry. But I appreciate that sensibility.
I got a question on Quora the other night. It said, how can you tell the difference between musical genres? And some guy wrote a great detailed screed about what was involved in this one and what was involved in that one, but he wasn't answering the question, which was, how do you tell the difference?
Yeah.
So I said the only way you do it is by listening.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. Now, but that guitar you're playing, that's a classic. Is that a nylon string classical guitar?
It is indeed. The very first.
How can you tell that over video?
He's a very discerning chap, is our man. He knows his stuff. You don't give him enough credit.
I mean, that's probably true.
Yeah, but like you know, a lot of that music, a lot of the folk music or contemporary pop music is played on steel string guitar, not classical guitar. I love classical guitar. I have one. I don't play it that often. I mean, I find uses for it, but it's not like the go-to for me. Is that your? Because on your Twitter page, you're holding up a Fender Stratocaster. I don't know.
Yeah, that's well, it's a nice copy of one. It's I don't know if I can show you this. I'll try by tilting this, but my other guitar is up on the wall.
Oh, so and, it looks like you have a pawn shop going there.
not quite, but that's it. What they say that when you sell your guitars, you should sell them for the price that you told your wife you paid for them.
Right? Yeah. The funny thing is, like, when I tell my wife I bought a new guitar, she's like, "Are you going to sell the other one?" The other 97 of them, you mean? But yeah, I don't even know how many guitars I have anymore. Do you have a count in an inventory sheet?
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, those are all of you. You don't have any hidden?
9, 10, 11, and there's one falling apart in the garage, which I'm very sad about. But
Right.
it's one my parents bought me when I was 8. And I put
So,
it
so John, I do have to ask you.
Sorry?
I'm sorry, John. There's a question. Whenever I see someone has more than a few guitars, I ask them the same question. Which one's your favorite, and how did the others feel about it?
The others feel very fortunate to be allowed to be in my room. This is the actual function of this room. You'd think it was a music room, but it's not. It's actually the ironing room.
The irony.
I read. I saw an article once about how various stars prepare for a gig, and I think it was the guy with AC/DC reckoned he had to have a lamb dinner before he went on stage. And if he didn't get that, he wouldn't go on. And then I read about Robert Plant, and he said his rider for the dressing room was that they had to give him an iron and an ironing board. And that's how he got himself psyched up to go on stage with Led Zeppelin. So when I stand there doing the ironing, I'm not doing a common, mundane household task. I'm getting ready for Wembley.
Very cool.
At the stadium.
Are you performing regularly? Are you out and performing around where you're?
Well, there's a quite a thriving folk club in Faversham that's been running for about 50 years, and there's another place nearby called Herne Bay where I played recently. I don't play nearly as much as I would like to, but these online things are fun.
Now, we should let people know that I found you through. I think Vivian is your cousin. Is she your cousin or some kind of relation?
I need to talk to you about that because my cousin Vivian. Hi, Viv. I was just wondering if you were one of her customers, and if you are, is it a good sign?
Yeah, she made a mistake. I think she went a little too far with me. No, for people who don't know, Vivian McKinder is a world-class hairdresser, hairstylist. And no, I worked with Vivian for about, I think, 12 or 15 years or something. And she's still a friend. I still consult with her on her business, which is Vivian McKinder Hair Education. So, no, I'm not a customer, but I have been on many hairdressing shoots and photo sessions with her, and wonderful woman, wonderful artist, and a protege of Vidal Sassoon and Trevor Sorby, and just a great artist. So she's your cousin.
All that was by accident, you know.
What? By accident?
Yep. She'll kill me for telling you this. She wanted to work doing makeup at the BBC. So she went to the BBC and they said, before we'll consider employing you, you need to get a qualification in hairdressing.
Wow.
So I don't know if she'll ever get round to it.
That is not part. Yeah. That's not part of her bio reel. She talks about being a kid and cutting her own hair with the scissors and that kind of stuff. But that's an interesting part that should be in the bio. So
she may never speak to me again now. And my cousin Paula, who's a bandit at the moment, living near the Mexican border and flicking back from one side to the other. She was also quite excited about this. So I'll say hello to Paula and Kevin. And again now.
Paula was working with Viv when I left there 10 years ago or something. So and now she's out in Arizona, I believe, Sonoma, where it's beautiful.
Their dad was an amazing guy, Uncle Fred.
Yeah,
he used to work for a company that made fire tenders for airports, and they took one of these fire tenders to Boston to demonstrate how good it was. And while it was there, a plane crashed. And Fred jumped into the fire tender, drove it over there and put it out.
He's a hero.
All the local papers. Yeah, he was. I mean, goodness knows what would have happened if he hadn't been there with his Chub Pyrene fire tender. But he was made an honorary fire chief of Boston Airport. And we didn't know much about this until after he died, and we were clearing out his house, and there were all these citations and things from it. It was so moving. Amazing guy.
My impression of the English pub where I would be performing in, like, I'd probably be the lowest of, the beer hall type of pub. The sing along stuff. Do you play a lot of sing along stuff? Get a lot of that kind of, or are you just doing original music so people are not really?
Have you heard of a song called "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face"?
Oh yeah.
Well, that was written by a guy called Ewan McCall, who wrote it for his girlfriend, or it might have been his wife at the time, called Peggy Seeger. That's Pete Seeger's sister. And I went to a club that they hosted, and it took me 2 hours to get there. And by the time I got there, the place was absolutely rammed. And they said, one number. I thought, 2 hours, one number. So I said, I'd like to dedicate this song to Peggy Seeger. Does this count as one of my two? But it is a sing-along. When your skin is as shriveled as a prune, when your fine hair sticks up like a broom, when they move up on the bus to give you room, baby, I'll still love you. Oh yeah, I'll still love you. And that's the bit they join in with. That was not a song.
Very cool. Now you're going to do a song for us, yes?
I would love to.
All right.
We'll do a proper one, but anyway.
We're going to solo you out and then mute our mic so that there's a better sound quality here. And then you'll be on the full screen. And when you do, you can just take it away if you want to introduce the song or you just want to start playing, that's fine.
I'll introduce it. This song is about my mother, who lived in the same council house in a place called Dagenham for over 80 years, and lived there with my dad most of it. And when he died, she went a bit strange and started getting rid of all of his stuff. And we're saying, no, Mum, there's memories there. And but anyway, this is a song about that time. It's called "The Dark Blue Dressing Gown." She's packed his life into black plastic sacks. For the sake of sweet charity, she holds nothing back. But wishes he was here to help her to choose which dreams to hang on to and which ones to lose. She can see it so clearly from the arm of his chair, the dark blue dressing gown that she used to wear. The hem's all uneven, there's marks on the sleeve. There are tears on her face as she struggles to breathe in. For it's full of the scent of all she thought had gone, which triggers a memory of their favourite song. And she'd go through it all again if she had the chance. So she picks up the dressing gown and begins to dance. Up her empty arms with what she needs is love in each fibre as she shuffles her feet. But she won't build a temple, she won't build a shrine to the fast fading memory of what hung on the line. So she picks up this ragged thing with its marks and that snag. Now it's there for someone else in the black plastic sack. She's packed his life into black plastic sacks.
Very good. Oh yeah, we I gotta unmute these mics. Unmute your mics, fellas.
Yeah, done.
Oh wait. No.
What?
What is happening?
What? We got the wrong layout here. Sorry. Screwed that up. That was beautiful, John.
Well, thank you.
Let's start by saying I watched your right hand on that, and you're picking with your entire hand. The finger picking stuff you're doing with your entire hand. That's unusual. Most people who do finger picking, at least in folk and pop, are using three fingers, not including the little finger there. And you're getting this kind of almost piano type of arpeggio thing going on. It's really, really interesting. Was that classically taught, or did you learn?
Well, it was classically taught. One of the things they said, if you got your hand in the right position, then your little finger can't reach anything. If you put it down there, then your hand's stuck there, and you're going to get
right. Yeah,
I mean, I find with some pieces that I like to jump around from bit to bit because there's different sounds you get in different places. The little finger thing, they always said you shouldn't do that. So I decided to write a piece where you had to do it or you couldn't play it. So it's nothing like having a rule and finding interesting ways to break it, isn't it?
Beautiful stuff. Very, very piano sounding. Piano influence. I don't know. That's the word came for me. That's like
that Ringo Starr quote, isn't it? Where they said, "You've made the guitar sound like a piano. Why didn't you use the piano?" Well, because you made the piano sound like a guitar.
Yeah, right.
Now, actually, my question is, how often when you're composing, how often do you, when you're done, have to deconstruct a chord to find out what you played? Because you just played it based on the sound, not based on what you know.
A lot of the time, I'm just putting fingers down to see what happens.
Right.
As it's very, very, very unlikely that anybody's going to want to play any of my pieces.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't tend to write down what they are. I mean, one of the things that Beatles used to say is if they can't remember it, then their fans won't remember it. And if their fans don't remember it, then I'm wasting my time.
Were you a Beatle fan?
Somewhat. I got started when there was a style of music that was popular over here. I don't know if it ever was over there, called skiffle, which was like American folk music, but with
reggae up a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and my brother Gary bought the guitar because he wanted to get in on this, and his 5-year-old little brother was told that he would break his neck if he went anywhere near his guitar.
So the reason I brought up the Beatles, the reason I brought up the Beatles is because in the Get Back documentary series, I'm really taken with Paul McCartney's songwriting process and how he he was not a lyrics first guy. He was a melody first guy. He would play something and know that there should be a melody on top of that word, but not have the words, and seem to be like receiving like an antenna of words from the ether. And what is your process like? Are you a lyrics first guy? You write down the lyrics and then put the music to it? Do you start with the music like you just played and then think, well, what are the words that should go here? How do you construct songs?
Sometimes it's just having the idea and thinking that would be a good song, and then you think, what sort of style would that be? Then I might just start with a line. Like I knew that one about the dressing gown. Originally, it wasn't a dark blue dressing gown; it was a beige pullover. But you know, it was a garment that my dad had, and that was it. I knew I wanted to write a song about that, and our mum was about it. And the chords were sort of just came out of trying to follow that idea. It's there was dancing, so it was going to be and sort of you chase it around after that.
I'm going to try that today. I can't. It looks very difficult. And this finger. I've never done that. You make it seem so easy. I got to try it now.
I spent 50 years teaching guitar and ukulele, and I used to tell my pupils to imagine that there was a little brass plate down there that was connected to the mains. If they touched it, they'd get a great shock. And so if ever they did, I'd go.
Yeah. Now, when you produce your music, do you add on other instruments, or do you just put it out there just guitar and vocal?
Well, I use garage band or garage band or whatever, and there's so many instruments on there that sometimes I like to pretend that I'm Beethoven and make it sound like an orchestra.
Right.
And, if anybody wants to hear any of this stuff, if you go on to www.soundcloud.com or YouTube and just put John Daddy-O Clark, then
I think all the links are on your Facebook page and that's what I have in the description. But I'll get the YouTube and SoundCloud links and put them in the description and make it easy.
There's loads of stuff there. Because I think I'd get bored just listening to guitar and a voice all the time, just playing the same thing, especially with my voice, which was once described as being a bit like an old Remington electric razor.
Yeah.
How I respected that person.
Do you guys even get that reference or no? Oh well, GD,
I do. I know what a Remington electric razor is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use it on my leg.
It was so good, I bought the company.
Yeah.
I remember using them on my grandpa in the nursing home. So, yep.
Yeah. No, very, very pretty music. Now, I gotta ask Daddy-O, because when I hear Daddy-O, I think rock and roll. Rock and roll is cool, Daddy-O. There was a 50s a documentary on the birth of rock and roll, and that's how it starts. Rock and roll is cool, Daddy-O, and that's stuck in my head now. If I hear the Daddy-O, I'm thinking doo-wop, I'm thinking sha-na-na.
I owe this.
I always think of West Side Story.
Oh yeah. And
what was that?
Daddy-O. West Side Story.
Oh, West Side Story. That's as soon as I hear Daddy-O, I immediately think of West Side Story.
Maybe I should watch that sometime.
And then you see me.
Yeah. But where does it come from for you, John? Where did you adopt that?
If you go on Google and put John Clark in, there's hundreds of them, and a lot of them play the guitar.
Yeah.
And I mentioned this to my son Joshua. Hi, Joshua. And he said you should call yourself Daddy-O. So it was John Daddy-O Clark, and as far as I know, up to now, I'm the only one. So if you Google that, you get all these, all the music and the videos and everything.
Ingenious.
It's actually John Clark is a principal of a a black music museum somewhere or other. And I wouldn't want anybody to come along to one of my gigs expecting me to be a museum exhibit.
Right.
Not yet. Working
Yeah.
on it.
Got a
Also,
question?
anybody else?
One at a time.
Go ahead. Go, Willie.
Isn't Daddy-O the name of God? What's the ventriloquist? The puppet guy? Who's Jeff Dunham? Jeff Dunham. Didn't he have a puppet that's like his manager and goes by Daddy-O? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm not a Dunham fan. I know Peanut, right?
Neither am I.
Perhaps you could be my manager, Will.
Yeah, perhaps.
JD, you got a question?
Oh, not anymore. Will just stole it. I was going to ask
that was the question. You no. The same question. Amazing. You guys are both Dunhamites. Puppet heads.
I was going to ask the exact same question. Yeah.
John, you are very prolific on YouTube. There's a lot of music you have. How often do you write, and how often do you put something out? Are you writing every day?
No, I'm not writing every day, but I've got a large back catalogue. The first song I wrote was when I was 10,
wow.
which was about Batman.
Batman.
Because I was a big fan of the American.
Does it go?
It was when I was 10, which is 1965, which was the year before that came out.
Oh, wow.
So it was purely from the comics, and it went, this is not a song. In Gotham City, in Gotham Town, there are two folks of great renown, because they stopped them crooks from all their robbing. They called this fair Batman and Robin.
You were so close to having the themes. If you were just this close to having that be the original theme song for Batman and Robin. You're that close.
Actually, I used to.
Yeah.
So my last job, I used to teach classes of 30 8 to 10-year-olds to play the ukulele. So 30 of them at the time, and we used to play the Batman theme. And I wouldn't tell them it was the Batman theme until the last minute. You know, first of all, it'd be like you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all this. And then on the next time through, you got the. Then I get to do that on one string, and then you gradually build it up, and then you sort of turn it into a Batman thing. And you think, what on earth would 8 and 10-year-olds from Kent and the UK, how would they know a theme song from 1966 in America? And they all know it.
I'm surprised that even you know, because I didn't think Batman was a international thing. I thought it was just in the United States.
Oh, absolutely everywhere. You probably can't see it, but up on the wall I've got the in amongst my DVDs that the whole TV series on there and all the other ones. All
right, John. Okay, John. And here's the question. What was your cape of choice? Some people preferred a big shirt. Some people preferred a towel, a blanket. What was your cape of choice?
My cape of choice. Can you still see it? Oh, I've got to go the other way.
It's probably too dark to see.
You can see my cape of choice in the background.
That's not Batman. That's Superman.
Oh, it's good as well. The first comic I got was World's Finest, which is Superman, Batman, and Robin. So.
Yeah, but when you were a kid though, you didn't have that though. So what did you run around in as a cape? What did you use? You didn't have when you were a kid.
My mother made me one.
Wow.
My mother
That's
nice. And the cowl, no less. And,
what you make it out of?
I no longer have this.
Did the cow work? The cow had to get a job?
I used to visit a lot of banks.
Wow.
Thank you, Judy.
Did they follow you when you did that? Did they profile you? What?
You're doing your RFK thing again. Right there, you just did your little crackle and
yeah, he's got a lot of trouble with his crackle.
I had to take Go ahead.
Your crackle setting.
It's a bit late to ask this, but is this connection all right? Because it is over Wi-Fi rather than a 20-foot cable from our router.
You are better. You are better coming to us from the UK than Willie is coming from South Dakota. You have a better connection in here. But you know, it's pretty common. I've had people on here from Australia who have better connections and better time, less lag than Willie does in South Dakota. Anyway, you going to play another song for us?
How about now?
Right, this is an instrumental called One Fandango More.
Okay.
And before you interrupt me and tell me that this is not a fandango, I know this is not a fandango, because a fandango is a dance that you do with your fan in one hand and your dango in the other, and I'm certainly not doing that on television. So One Fandango More. I must remember not to play this too fast.
Awesome. Very pretty stuff. Interesting. I think it started like a bossa nova a little bit. It seems like you're going a little bit from jazz to classical. Very cool stuff, though. Very pretty melodies and all that stuff. Very, very nice stuff. A lot of going between like a major seventh, major ninth, and dominant sevenths, and then it's very, very cool stuff. Now, with something like, first of all, what's the name of that? Because I want to look it up on SoundCloud and
It's
download.
called One Fandango More.
One Fandango More. Very cool.
Yeah, I had an idea that it'd be great to have a character called Juan Fandango.
One Fandango.
But somebody had already got to it. But there's actually two versions of that one. One is like that, and the other version is actually a song. And I recorded it in a supermarket cafe, and it's all the banging and crashing of trays in the background because it's a song all about someone who really needs that cup of coffee to get them going.
That's me. It's about me.
Wow,
maybe we should switch out the band for this guy.
Listening to it, it put me in mind of like a movie soundtrack. Like you know what, like maybe I don't know, like a James Bond type of background music while you know, that kind of, that's where the feeling for it though. Have you ever thought about that, like licensing sync music for
I used to work for a company called Scripture Union, where I actually did video soundtracks, and some of that was guitar, a lot of it was keyboards and things. You know, like I think the most memorable thing I had to do there was to depict the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah in 35 seconds. Because some of the things you just sort of do like a pad in the background. Others had to do what they call Mickey Mousing it, where something had to happen that went, bang with it.
Right.
I think probably the most successful one of those was for an organisation called Deaf Animation World, where they were trying to encouraging people to learn British Sign Language, and but it had to be to.
That's just so weird. I do music for the deaf. Most of my music is done for the deaf.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's but it was to encourage people that could hear to learn sign language so that they could communicate. But I had a look the other day to see if it was still there, and it had 19,000 views, which for a little thing. But there's a lot of Mickey Mouse singing that, like the boy's asking for a balloon and the guy doesn't understand him, so you got lots of, and then there's a song and all that. But I love doing all that.
Yeah. Now you're on Spotify. Are you on? SoundCloud. Are you on Spotify and Apple Music as well, or
no? Not yet. Not yet. Who knows after this?
Yeah, who knows after this? This will be the big thing that will change everything. No, we have 7 listeners. No, I'm kidding. But no, I appreciate you getting up and being. Well, it's not getting up. It's an early afternoon for you, right?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, very, very shortly, I've got to drive off and pick up my son Samuel from where he's what they call severe learning delay with autistic features. And today he's been doing, what is it? We're Thursday, so it's art and pottery today.
Wow.
And then tomorrow it'll be printing and music. And then another day they're doing woodwork. So he does different things every day. And then after work, we go to this outdoor gym.
Wow.
And he does the same things in the same order every day. And he's losing weight and getting really strong.
Very cool. How far are you from Manchester?
Probably about 400 miles.
Oh, all right. I was
Walking distance.
I was going to say we have a part of the show. A friend of ours is in Manchester, but I didn't realize it's 400 miles away. I was going to send them by to get some video of you performing out in public somewhere, but hey, 400 miles is kind of distant. Anyway, we appreciate you being a part of the program. We wish you great luck. People can follow you at facebook.com/John Daddy-O Clark, and we will put the links in the description to YouTube and SoundCloud. John, thank you very much for sharing some beautiful music with us today.
Well, thank you all. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Have a great.
Be cool, Daddy-O.
I was scared stiff, and you've been very gentle.
Yeah, I like that. Be cool, Daddy-O. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye for now. That was pretty cool. Well, let me get back to our 3-man thing here. I don't know what's wrong. No, not that one. Jeez, man, it's like they say 10,000 hours. I put in 2,500 hours. I got 7,500 hours before I finally start to get this stuff down. 10,000 hours of practice.
You may not live long enough.
I'm not. Well, we'll see. You never know. I could die today, but I might die tonight.
We all could die today.
Yeah, I feel
that's
like
true. And have I stopped crackling?
Yeah, you stopped crackling. Except your face.
I think it's my echo. It's my echo cancellation button. I took that off and I stopped crackling. And then Ian said that I was echoing.
Now you're crackling.
I put it back on to please Ian, and then I started crackling again.
Nope. As soon as you said I stopped crackling, then you started to go, and you cut out, and you're RFQ, and you kind of, oh, Henry.
Maybe it's the word crackling that's doing it.
Maybe it is. Maybe no, you don't have an iPhone, right? You have because maybe your voice detection thing hears you saying crackling and says, "Oh, you want me to crackle?" Like,
yeah, because I don't. Because it only does it here. I tested it on different formats using the same equipment, and it doesn't crackle. I literally can jog up and down my road, drive up, and it doesn't crackle.
You're crackling now. You're crackling now.
Yeah.
You crackling bastard.
Something in this.
You know what? Well, I'm going to change your nickname to Crackling Rosie. You are Crackling Rosie now.
I don't know about Rose. Wouldn't it be crackling? Wouldn't it be crackling bronze or crackling brown or not crackling rose?
All right.
What?
Remember?
Was I that intelligible? Is it that bad? I don't understand.
Echo.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
There was an echo there for a second. Remember last week when we did the songs about cross-dressing?
Yeah.
Got several emails about people. We should do more segments like that, just like not necessarily about songs about cross-dressing, but that kind of segment where we just pick out like a topic or like that. Right. I wanted to do some of that and think creatively along those lines, and songs about masturbation. Yes. There are songs about, because Crackling Rosie made me think of it. Rosie, You're All Right, Jackson Brown. You know that song, Rosie?
Oh, well, Longview by Green Day is about masturbation.
You know what else? Yeah, well, but the Rosie, You're All Right, Jackson Brown, that's like a hidden. Well, people didn't know it was. They thought it was about a girl, Rosie, a girl named Rosie, but it's about Rosie Palm and the Five Sisters of Love. It's about the song is about his drummer who would never ever seem to get the girl, and he was writing a song kind of looks like it's you and me. It's like, Rosie, you're all right. You hold my ring. When you turn out the light, we can do anything. It looks like it's you and me again tonight, Rosie. It's I gotta hand it to me. There's all those kind of lines in there. It's like a sneaky. There's She Bop, Cyndi Lauper.
Kelly said that I Touch Myself song. When I think about you, I touch myself.
Oh, right, yeah.
Obviously that one.
Another one I had in mind there. Turning Japanese. Turning Japanese.
Yes, that's right. That's one of my favorites. That is my favorite song. That is my favorite song on that topic.
Yeah. I don't know how many there are, man. I never Googled it. Now I could mess up my browser history by doing the songs about masturbation. And I will. But I don't know. There were a lot about cross-dressing. There were, I think we had 50 on there.
We know one thing for sure: cross-dressing is not more popular than masturbating.
Well, we'll see, because
masturbating songs.
I just put it in my Google search. I just put songs, and right away it's suggesting songs about cross-dressing. Like, oh, you want to go there again?
I'm curious though. I'm curious because with did anybody in that group mention Crack the Sky?
No.
And she's, I
Nope.
can't believe it. They are such a good fucking band.
No. So 40 masturbation songs. Here you go. She Bop, I mentioned. Longview, Green Day. Turning Japanese, The Vapors. I Don't Need a Man, The Pussycat Dolls. Holiday Song, The Pixies. Doing Laundry, Nerf Herder. I never heard of that. Severed Lips by Dinosaur Jr.
Did you see it? Did you say Longview by Green Day?
Yes, that was second on the list.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
the second one he said.
If by Janet Jackson. I don't know that one.
If?
Rosie Jackson Brown, I mentioned. Every Day I Die, Gary Newman. The Stroke by Billy Squier. Stroke me, stroke me. Be My Girl, Sally, The Police. Don't know that one. Thinking About You, Radiohead, I know that one. Fingers, Pink. Jizzlobber by Faith No More.
What the fuck?
That's a terrible title. Homemade by Sebado. I don't even know Sebado. M&M's by Blink 182. Pink Thing by XTC. Stroking by.
Wait a minute.
Songs are called, I'm surprised none of these songs are called Tube Socks.
I'm sorry, the one by XTC. What's that called again? Because I have to Google that. Because I'm an XTC fan. And I don't know if I know that. I have like 11 of their CDs. I don't know. And I have the Stratosphere.
Pink Thing. Yeah.
Okay, I have to Google it because I have like 11.
And what was the last one you said?
I'm not. And
Pink Thing was the last one I said. Now, Stroking by Clarence Carter. This is a surprise to me.
That's not a masturbation song.
What is it?
That's a song about sex. I know that song like word for word. That is not about masturbation. That's
Pink
about
Thing?
sex.
Pink Thing or Stroking?
No, Stroking by Clarence Carter.
I stroke it to the east. I stroke it to the west. I stroke it to the woman that I love best.
I love the best. Yeah, you're stroking it in your woman.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know.
Well, he said stroke it too, which means he could be thinking about it, like dancing.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, maybe it's like a preparation stroke before he puts it in. You know how you do. You get it.
You don't know. Maybe when he says "I stroke it to the woman I love best," meaning he's thinking about her. Stroke it, or
I mean, I don't. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Interpretation is everything, isn't it?
True.
It's Only Me, Bare Naked Ladies. Captain Jack by Billy Joel. Now there's a line in there. It's Saturday night and somebody, your sister's on a date, but you just sit home and masturbate. That's the only line in there about masturbation in Captain Jack. Auto Manipulation by Crispin Glover. Crispin Glover is George McFly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Billy Liar, The Decemberists, number 24.
He's a music artist too. I did not know that.
I know. I didn't know that either. Coin Operated Boy by Drenson Dolls. Vibrator by Electric Six. I Touch Myself by the Divinals. Kelly, the Queen of Masturbation.
I can't believe that's that far down on the list.
I know. Darling Nikki by Prince. I don't even know these songs.
Darling Nikki, that's pretty popular, and that was on the
I didn't know that
Purple Rain soundtrack.
I didn't know that. See, because I am to Prince what you are to modern comedy. I don't know.
What plugs and
Icicle, Icicle by Tori Amos. I don't know that one. Dancing with Myself, Billy Idol. I did not know that was about masturbation.
I thought it was about dancing.
That's what I thought it was about too. I don't really listen to words like that because it's too happy. It's too happy for me to actually pay attention to the words. If it's miserable, I'll listen.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to the words and you sing along, it sounds like he's on a dance floor. It sounds like he's on a dance floor. It's like
Blister in the Sun by the Violent Femmes. Blister in the Sun by Violent.
Ooh, you see, that's why you don't masturbate outside. You don't want to get blisters on your penis.
Wow. Oof.
Well, it could be on his hand.
Can you imagine getting your penis sunburned? That'd be like the worst thing ever, bro.
Sunscreen.
I know
Sunscreen, Billy. Yeah.
Mm.
Praying hands.
Maybe that's how it starts.
Yeah.
You put a little sunscreen on your penis, and next thing you know, you're stroking it.
Praying Hands by Devo. I only know one song by Devo.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry. We should have known that one.
That's on my list of songs you don't sing in prison.
Orgasmatic by the Buzzcocks. Never heard that one.
Jesus.
Oops, My Tweet featuring Missy Elliott. Pictures of Lily, The Who. We're almost done here. St. Swithin's Day by Billy Bragg. I don't know. Keys to Her Ferrari, Thomas Dolby. Yeah. Pump It Up by Elvis Costello. I did not know. I'm going to have to look.
No.
Down
Elvis
in the Pleasure
Costello
Centers.
has a masturbation song. Get out of here.
Wait, Pump It Up is down in the pleasure centers, hellbent or heaven sent. Listen to the propaganda, listen to the latest slander. There's nothing underhand that she wouldn't understand. Pump it up until you can feel it. Pump it up when you don't really need it. I don't know. Is that really about
I thought it was about music. I really did. I really thought it was like about music and sound and stuff like that.
I thought to it. Pump It Up. Touch of My Hand by Britney Spears. And that's number 40.
Yeah, I knew Britney had to have one in there.
So keep in mind those kind of things people are interested in, those lists of topical songs. So if you can think of those in the coming days and weeks for to bring up nice little interludes between our guests. Our next guest is due here in 3 minutes. So it's time to play another commercial. What would you guys like? Who would you like to sponsor today or be sponsored by today?
We haven't done Naked Wines in a while.
Yeah.
The regular one. The regular one. I know you're not going to play the sexy one.
Naked Wines.
There is no sexy one.
Yeah, there is no sexy one. There's a good one and a stupid one. It's
hilarious. It's dude, I laugh my ass off every time because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Kelly said we need a Spotify playlist. What does that mean? We create our own Spotify playlist of.
Oh my God, the Coffee with the Dog Spotify.
Can we do that?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
How do you do that?
Yeah,
I don't
totally do.
How do you do it?
Can I put some of my music on there? Or
no,
right,
please. We don't want to make people ill.
We can put some of dogs on there. We can definitely put Lay Down Your Guns on there.
No, we don't want to make people ill. I thought we were putting like masturbation songs and cross-dressing songs on. No?
We could do that too.
We could do that too. I don't know. I don't even know how to make a Spotify playlist. I don't know how to do it. If you know how to do it,
neither do I. We need a 9-year-old child on the show.
I made a playlist for when I did the New Year's Eve party. When I DJ'd, I made a playlist for that. But I did it on my own account, though. I don't know if we would have to have. We'd probably have to have like a Coffee with the Dog Spotify.
We do. This is before I go to the commercial. I want to talk about this a little bit because I don't know if you're aware of this. Spotify has released Joe Rogan from his exclusivity deal, which means he's now back on Apple and YouTube and all that stuff. And I'm not sure what that means. I think because nobody was really they were losing money on Joe Rogan. I know they still have a deal with him. I think they're looking to cash in on his YouTube views and all this kind of stuff. But it signals to me that Spotify might be in trouble. And what that means for this program, not what you're looking at, but where most of the traction comes from is the audio and video of this is, the podcast part of it is on Spotify. We're hosted on Spotify. If they go under, it's going to be a mad scramble for me to find another host for the podcast part of it. And so it could impact me. I'm not sure what it means. I'm not a great business analyst, but it seems a little suspicious to me that Spotify went out and spent $110 million to get this exclusivity. Is that the word? Exclusivity on Joe Rogan, and then now just released him from it and wants him to go back to YouTube. And it's encouraging YouTube and Apple to pick them back up. It got me a little nervous because
That's Spotify. So what about SoundCloud? Are we on SoundCloud? I don't know. I didn't look at the list of things.
No, we're not on SoundCloud.
It's like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Are they beneath us? I don't know how to respond to these things unless you tell me.
No. We're not on.
They're not beneath us, or
no?
Are we? We're not live on Spotify though, right? That's our play. Like they get our playback
right.
or whatever.
Right. Yes. That as soon as it's done, like 15 minutes after we finish every day, we go we are published to Spotify. But it is the major platform that this thing is hosted on, and I don't know where I would go. I'd have to think about. But I think I mentioned this when they make changes, because they used to be Anchor, and then they changed to Spotify. They didn't tell anybody they changed to Spotify. They just did it. And so I'm thinking if they do this, if they just go under, they're not going to tell people you got 24 hours to take your content off of here and find another host. You're going to wake up one morning and say, "Oh, it's gone. All my stuff is gone." It's like I'm not archiving this stuff on hard drive. Maybe I should, but even they make it very difficult.
Well, isn't it archived on YouTube though too? It's archived.
It's on YouTube and it's also on Rumble. It's also on Twitch and Twitter and.
I noticed that, so when I go to your YouTube page and then I go to podcasts and I go to Coffee with the Dog, it's in the order of episode 1 and beyond. So if I want to watch the latest episode, I got to scroll and scroll and scroll.
There's a
sort. Change the filter.
You can flip that?
There's a sort button on YouTube by oldest or newest and all that stuff up on the top. You can do that.
You know what? I'm an idiot. But you know what? I should have thought of that.
But also, we're not all the episodes aren't on YouTube in that podcast because YouTube only started podcasting about a year ago. So all the stuff that was before that was not included in the podcasting part of it, in the podcast list. They just started. Yeah.
I don't think that's true because when I'm
YouTube,
pretty sure all your episodes are on there.
Really?
Because yeah.
I don't know how they figured that out retroactively anyway. But if that's true, that's a good thing. But they only started added podcasting to their whatever it is model about a year ago. And they make changes every month now, YouTube. So I feel pretty secure with YouTube. YouTube was going to be here for a while, as long as I don't violate their terms and principles, which I probably do every day, and they just don't notice. We'll be there. Anyway, let's play.
It'll take them 2 years. You'll get there in 2 years.
Our second guest is late already, which had me a little.
Yeah, they have episode 1.
They do. Who is it? Is it Andy?
They started 1.
Is it Andy Andrews?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to.
He's my Bill Murray. Andy's my Bill Murray.
Oh my God!
All right, I'm going to play the commercial while you look at that. The Naked Wines is a great gift for next Valentine's Day if you want to get your a significant other drunk, so you can take advantage of them, get them all wined up. Next Valentine's Day, that's 366 days from now because we have a leap year.
Well, it depends on when you're celebrating. My wife and I are celebrating on the 17th because the 14th came in the middle of the week.
Oh, so you can get on your Naked Wines right now. Order your Naked Wines and get naked.
Welcome to a better way to buy wine. NakedWines.com is a customer-funded wine business. We don't just sell wines, we make them happen. Since launching in the UK in 2008, Angels have helped us invest in over 159 independent winemakers in 14 different countries. Turns out, it's better business for everyone. Our winemakers get to sell all of their wines and make a living. We make the same margins as everyone else and have a lot of fun along the way. And as a wine drinker, for the $40 a month you probably would have spent on wine anyway, you'll get wholesale prices. You can be sure that all of our wines have been lovingly made by a talented winemaker and stripped of all the costs that add nothing to the flavor or quality of the juice in the bottle. Support independent winemakers. Get better wine in return. With the support of 300,000 wine drinkers, we fund talented, independent winemakers up front. This way, they get to spend all of their attention on making you the best wine possible. World-class wine, direct from talented, independent winemakers. A better deal, up to 60% off market prices. A better way to discover tasty new favorites with over 2 million reviews from wine drinkers like you. Become an angel today. Get started by visiting minddogtv.com and click the banner on the homepage now.
Makes me want wine. I'm not a wine drinker, but makes me want wine. Somebody, Mary Bourne, good morning, Mary. Good to have you on board. She said Spotify setup, need an account. We have several accounts on Spotify. I have a personal account, we have a business account, we have the Coffee with the Dog, we have Mind Dog TV, lots of accounts that I don't know how to do. I will look into playlists, but I was thinking more, maybe we could have playlists for all these topics that we are going to come up with. Now, this is your homework assignment that I know you avoid, you ignore every homework assignment, but just think about those kind of lists that we could go to. We want probably two most popular already is cross-dressing and masturbating. Now we're out of them. Songs about killing, that should be on there. Songs about murder.
Oh well, that's easy. Don't
do it now. It's another show episode. I'm just thinking we need a list of title of.
At my age, I'm not sure I'm going to be around for another show. You got to do this while you got me.
That's true.
Oh my God.
No. Plus, I could see your audience killing you.
And a couple of things here. One, I don't see where I could sort and flip this list. And it's not every episode, but it does have episode 1, which aired November 16th of 2021. And then there's a couple that it doesn't have or whatever, and it kind of skips around a little bit, which is weird. But yeah, because episode 4 is way down. So I don't know. I don't know.
I did take some of them out because either they contained content that I knew that YouTube would find objectionable at some point, and I did not want to get banned because of them. So I removed some of them. Some of them I removed because the guests were really crazy and came back to me. There's a story about the guy who was for a while, simulation theory, what that is, that's the idea that God is a teenager with a laptop sitting in his mom's basement who created the world.
Yeah,
I was looking for a guest to talk about simulation theory, and none of the scientists who were behind that wanted to come on. So I went into a Facebook group, and I found this guy who had claimed he wrote a book about simulation theory, and it turned out the guy was a total fruitcake. He thinks coincidence is proof that simulation theory is real. In other words, he was behind a car and the license plate in front of him had his daughter's name on it. That's proof that we're living in a simulation. And just lots of stupid stuff like that. And then, so nobody wanted to buy his book. So a month after the podcast was published, he wrote to me and said, "I haven't sold a single one of my books. You're a fraud. You suck." I never promised you that you were going to sell books. It's up to you to sell books. People have to be interested in what you have to say. It's not my fault you came off as a fruitcake. Yeah. And the guy was just bad-mouthing me all over everywhere. So I said, "I'm fine. I'm going to remove your thing." So I removed the episode, and then 2 days later, "I'm sorry, you were right. Can you put it back up?" I was like, "No, I'm not putting it back up. Fuck you. Get out of my life. Stop bothering me." So there's a lot of those. The other day when we had the people in the car, I wanted to bring up this story because we've had several people in cars lately.
In cars, don't.
Right.
Here in my car. Is that a topic?
That is definitely write it down.
Cars. Yeah, sure.
There's lots of those. We probably several thousand songs about cars.
Yeah.
I had a comedian, but he went
bitchin' Camaro.
A comedian who actually knew how to use the calendar and book a time right? And he comes on the show.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's bizarre, right? And the minute I saw him, I was like, that looks like he's in a friggin' jet. And so I pulled him on the screen, and it wasn't a jet; it was a car. And I said, "Are you in your car?" He said, "Yeah, that's my wife back there. This is actually home." He was living in his car in a Target parking garage. I said, "That's really, how do you do comedy living in your car?" Well, he said, "I'm not really performing comedy anymore. Now." Keep in mind, let me preface this by saying the guy was as old as me, had a scraggly beard, and because of diabetes, he had one weird eye. And he said, "I'm not performing comedy anymore. Currently, I'm an online sex artist, a sex performer." I was like, something wrong with my headphones. Can you say that again? He said, "I'm an online sex performer." It's like, people pay you to watch you have sex? Well, not really have sex, masturbate. I said, people pay you to watch you masturbate? I like,
listen, okay. I've joked
not
about
enough
it a
that she's
lot,
living in
but
his
I'm
car.
telling you what, bro, and this is the sick truth of it, because bro, there's so many people out there consuming the craziest shit. I could literally start an OnlyFans and do a close-up of my asshole just like blinking, flexing, and that would get viewed. Like that, people would buy. There's, like, it's weird, dude. People are fucking bananas. There's all sorts of weird ass motherfuckers out there. Somebody has to consume this shit. It's not like people create it because it doesn't do anything. Like, like.
Well, let me just say, I before you continue there, and I would love for you to continue that thought, but he wasn't making enough to not live in his car in the Target parking.
Right.
He was making some money off it. Somebody was paying him something for, I guess, for food and gas.
And we don't know how much drugs they were consuming, because the amount of drugs you're consuming can really attribute to your homelessness. That's for sure, especially when you're already down low.
Yeah.
Like
when Brendan was talking about those people living in a restroom of a big store or something that he had, it was like a fictional thing. That guy was doing that. Basically, they were cleaning up in a Target, in that same Target that they were parked in the parking garage. They would go to use the bathroom, and then that's how they were existing. They were basically living in a Target parking lot. I don't know, but yes, I asked him, "Who pays you to what?" He said, "You'd be surprised. There's a lot of young girls that have a daddy fetish." I was like, "Daddy, but you're not like daddy. You're like You're like one-eyed granddaddy sitting in I like a one-eyed granddad sitting in a seafood store."
And he probably doesn't realize this, but there's probably more men watching his masturbation videos than women. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, no, you just hurt me.
I'm just saying.
I know, but
that's the reality of it.
I know, you're probably right. That's what hurts me.
Especially closeted gay dudes that don't want
pretending to be young girls,
knowing that they have those tendencies and shit like that. Like 100%, dude.
Right. So I asked him
to search out.
Yeah, because his wife is in the car while he's doing this. Because his wife is in the back now, and she's in the back, like making herself comfortable watching the show on her phone while we're having this conversation. And his wife is in the car while he does this, and I said, "How does she deal with this?" And he said, "Well, she's the one who got me into this. Why isn't she doing it? I would think you'd make more money with her doing it than."
But maybe she's shy about it. Maybe she has like a hang up that she doesn't want to put herself out there, but she's got this dude that's willing to. I mean, listen, bro,
I don't think that's it. I think she doesn't have the money for a manicure. You have to have nice looking hands, otherwise it ruins the mood.
Sure. I mean, that's why I don't do feet pics, is because I got a toenail that's got a little bit of fungus on it, and I don't think people want to see that. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Anyway, but for all I know, I could probably get extra for the toe fungus on my feet pics.
Probably.
Or sponsor.
There you go. Now, see, I like the way you're thinking. Finally, GD is finally coming to his senses and thinking like a businessman here.
Did I get a Toe Jam sponsor?
Well, just you got to be like.
I owe it all to the blueprint for success. Learning to think like a businessman.
There's got to be some kind of product that deals with that we could get as a sponsor, and Willie could be our like test guinea pig for the product. Now
those old John Madden commercials. John Madden used to do a like foot fungus commercial for tough acting Tinactin.
Tinactin. Okay, so write that down. Write down Tinactin right now. And now I will contact them. Remind me to contact them. I will contact them today and see if we can get some sponsorship out of them, and we can use you as their as the like I don't know test subject to make sure it works. No, this is good stuff. Our next guest is apparently late or not showing up. I should write to her an email, but I just wanted to continue down this line of the guy living in his car doing the sex stuff. And he said like most of his customers were young girls who had daddy fetishes. And I was like, how do you verify their age? Because and I didn't even think about verifying their gender and to find out that they were really them. But apparently there is a way that he could. Because I said, you know what? How do you know the cops aren't going to show up there right now? You don't know you're doing this to like 14-year-old girls or something. You're breaking the law. He said, no, there is I forget what it was, whether it was Pornhub. I think it was on a platform that had an age verification thing on it. But who knows how that works? Is that just, are you 18? Click here. Because a lot of the weed sites have that. You just, are you 18? Click here.
They have an age verification. Right. They have an age verification, but not a taste verification or a common sense verification, just age.
So it could be just a kid saying, yes, I'm 18, or yes, I'm older.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we've upset Mike Cibola with the content of our show today.
Yeah. And the other, so then I asked him, is there anything you wouldn't do? Like, people ask you.
I mean, that's a good question. That's a good question to ask. Is there anything you wouldn't do?
He did have a request that he turned down. Because I was like, I'll tell you in a second. But I was like, you know what? In your position, when you're only making enough for today's Cheerios and gas in the car to keep warm, because this was the middle of the winter. Keep in mind, this was the middle of the winter. I was like, damn, because you don't want to sleep in a car that's running. So staying warm in the winter has got to be a difficult thing. So I was like, in your position, you don't have a lot of a principle to stand on. There isn't much you can say no to. He said one girl wanted him to shit on a rock. Take a shit on a rock.
Now, okay, so
the country or the mineral?
No, not Iraq.
One of the craziest things I ever saw at a house party, and it was in Northwest Iowa. I think the Spirit Lake area. It was like outside Spirit Lake, and I don't remember the guy's name. And it was his party. We were at his house, and he had a glass fucking coffee table, and he asked a girl in the middle of the party. He asked a girl to shit on the table, and he laid underneath it and masturbated while she shit, like he could watch it coming down at him, but not on him. It was the crazy dude. Like about 20 people left instantly. Because I think at first we were laughing it off. We were like, okay, there's no way this is really gonna happen. And then it just started happening, and people just started leaving. Like, what in the fuck is happening here? Like, this is the craziest shit. So, dude, there's people out there doing some of the most bananas things you can think of.
Yeah,
Willie, what you don't realize is there was a song by Three Dog Night, and that night was actually deleted from the song. Where it says,
you know what?
Craziest shit I've ever seen. They deleted that verse.
Wait, let's do it together.
That night, like we have no idea what happened that night because it just went.
It was Three Dog Night. It was Three Dog Night, not that night. But I once had a girl pay me to go. Anyway,
oh my god.
Wait, I want to.
You
Oh,
want to
the
try that
sick
again? You want to
fetish.
try it one more time? I'm interested to know what you were actually saying. I am actually.
I don't know.
Yeah, the 3 Dog Night thing. Try it again.
Is it working? I mean, you without the crackling now?
Sort of.
It's not as bad.
I was just saying that the 3 Dog Night. Nope, it's crackling. Damn it,
No,
I can
good.
hear
It's
it.
not crackling. You hear crackling, we don't. When you don't, we do. When you don't, we. I mean, when we don't, you do.
Okay.
Right.
Try again.
Oh, here's the deal. Let's try this. I was just saying that the 3 Dog Night had a song, and it's in this song it goes, "This is the craziest thing that could ever."
Oh
be.
yeah, Mama.
Right.
Mama told me not to come.
Mama. Right. That what Willie just described was the 4th verse that they took out just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this would be good to go to one of GD's comedy shows and to fuck with his mic every time he starts a premise for a joke.
No. All my shows. Now I don't. I've had so many.
All my shows.
All my shows really blows.
I don't get it.
I told you use the computer. You never had a problem with the computer.
Because it's true, but I use up all of my gigs. I have like 150 gigs available for the month that I do. Gigs.
You don't need any. You're not recording anything. You don't have to record it to your machine.
I know that, and I'm not. But for some reason, when I do it live, it sucks up like 10, 15 gigs. It shouldn't. And that's what I was saying. I had to figure out why that happened.
All right, I want to come back to the weird sexual fetishes. Not the dumping stuff. I mean, that's just too weird. But I got something weirder than that. Because have you guys heard of Lunars? You guys have heard of Lunars, right? No.
Lunars?
Yeah, I don't know how I know about. Well, I know how I know about this. I don't remember the name of the show that educated me about this. It was something on HBO about crazy sexual fetishes. And one of the ones is Lunars, they get off on popping balloons. If a balloon pops, they have an orgasm. If they hear a balloon pop, they have an orgasm. So they get together and have these parties where there's nothing, balloons all over the room. And people just popping balloons on purpose. And every time a balloon pops, they all have orgasms together.
Yeah.
And they have these meetings. It's so bizarre. Cause I heard this and I'm thinking they're making this shit up. But in the program, they said that the way they have these meetings, because it's such a weird fetish that they don't even advertise in crazy magazines or anything where you meet up with these people or even online.
Page.
Yeah, they weren't even in AOL chat rooms. So what they do is
they just put it on blimps on the side.
They park their car in front of their house, not in the driveway, and put a balloon, not blown up, but when cars had antennas, they would put the balloons just on the antenna like a condom. And if you would drive by and you'd see that, and you would know that that's the house of a lunar, and they have lunar parties. And I thought that's just too bizarre. And then my friend Lee, the guy who just killed himself a couple of weeks ago, he said, weirdest thing, man. My neighbor's got these balloons on his antennas like it's a condom every day, and I was like, "Holy shit, you got a lunar there!" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And then I explained to him. He said, "Dude, you're a sick fuck. How do you know about this stuff?"
How do you know? He doesn't even care about his neighbor. Now he's just worried about why you know that.
Yeah, why do you know
it? Never mind the fact that my neighbor is that. You just know about it and you're the disgusting one. What the fuck? You see, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Like I'd have moved. I'd have been like, oh well, I guess I'm moving now.
I feel bad for John Clark for being part of this program now, because it was kind of a classy program while he was on, and then from the moment he left, it's totally degraded into I don't know how we got here.
That's true. That did happen.
You know how we got here.
It seems like his friends that were here are still here, and they seem to be enjoying the conversation.
Well, that's
Are there songs out there about that? Let's just put a song list about balloons, and because I like the 99 local.
Oh, yeah, songs. I was just going to go with that one. Yeah, that's the only one I could think of. That doesn't speak well for them that they're enjoying this conversation. I just want to say that.
Well, they are across
it's
the
kind of
pond.
like they probably just want to hear what we're going to say next. You know what I mean?
I don't think we can say anything more bizarre than we've already said. But
I'm sure we could.
With you here, I
could start telling prison stories if you like.
Now, maybe. But prison songs, write that down.
Songs about prison? Okay.
Yeah.
Prison, Johnny Cash.
Stop! Don't say
like
them.
Every other song by Johnny Cash.
Don't say them.
But like I said, I have to get on the record because I may not be here. I could die tomorrow. At least you have this in the archives.
We'll carry on without you. We'll put a.
What? Oh, that's so sad. That hurts.
Well, it won't hurt when you're dead. You won't feel sick. Now, do you have a will? Do you have not that will? Do you have a will?
Actually, my wife and I are going to work on that this year. I have a sketch will, but I don't have a working will. I have to take inventory of everything I have to see what my family wants of mine. Because, for example, I have like a tool room, tons of tools. Tools that I don't know no one in my family fixes anything. They all hire people. So
my wife has a tool room. My wife has a tool room. As I mentioned, my wife is the man of the house. My wife has a tool room. I don't have a tool room. But wills and funeral arrangements are what I am. I know I'm of the age where I should have all these things. Because actually anybody at any age could go at any minute. But I'm at the age where I could be gone today. And if so, I have life insurance, but I don't have funeral arrangements. I don't have. I think I probably just want to be stuffed. Take me to this taxidermist and have me stuffed and put in this chair and just press the go button every morning, and I'll just sit here and let you two guys talk to a stuffed animal.
Well, I have friends who've started sending me video eulogies so that I can compose them that be played once I'm gone.
Yeah, but a last will and testament. I'm reluctant to put. I don't know if it's superstition. I'm just scared, or just I don't want to think about me dying. I'm reluctant to do that. I know I'm very immature by that. I should do it, but I'm not doing it.
I tell you what, let's do it like they did in the movies. Let's do it like they do in the movies.
People don't like thinking about their death. People.
That's
have a
me.
hard time
Yes.
with that.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. You don't have to. Throw mama from the train. I will write your will. You write mine.
You don't know what I have, and I don't know what you have. I know you have tools. Now I know you have tools. I never knew that about you before.
I know you have a cat.
2 cats. One. Oh well.
2 cats.
No, 1 and 3/4.
1 and a half.
1 and 3/4.
1 and 3/4 cats.
Yeah.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
One of them's missing a leg.
We'll send each other a list of possessions, and then we'll write each other's wills.
I want to
possessions and family members.
If I may, and this is going to take a while. I wrote to Catherine. Apparently she caught, as soon as John left, she caught the way this conversation was going and probably said, I don't want to be part of that show. But
maybe indeed.
I want to see if I can share this video of Antarctica. Now, this is not the only reason Antarctica is trending this morning. I will get to why it's trending, but I want to share this video and see what you guys make of it. It's going to take a second here.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, Will, are you ready now?
No, keep going.
So, Will, what's your prized possession that when you die, you want to make sure it goes into good hands? Like, you have 7 kids. You only have, like, one of this item. So which kid do you want to have it, and what is it?
Well, I think my son Zach, who's always been in my life, if I leave something to like my kids and stuff, he's definitely going to feel like it should go to him, and I think that's probably fair since we've had a relationship his entire life. My
so
son
what's the
Gabe,
prized possession and what are you leaving him?
No.
What are you leaving him? What's the number one thing?
I love how you think I have possessions. I have nothing, bro.
The hat.
You have something.
The old shit hat is a possession.
Oh no, the old shithead, I'm sure, is going to go inside a glass case inside Kelly's house somewhere. I'm sure.
Even when I was
no
homeless,
one
I
can
had
ever tell.
stuff.
And once a week, she'll just open the case and smell it. Like,
Is Kelly a Satanist?
I don't think so.
Because she's saying we should
She
do something
Wiccan. She's
special for.
Wiccan.
She's saying we should do something special for 666 for episode 666.
My God, when did she say that? I missed that. Where's that at?
I don't know. It's somewhere in there. I'm sure. Right here it says. You should probably do something special for the 666 episode. See,
dude, I'll do like if you want. I have a really good evil voice. I could do the evil voice like the whole episode. It'll probably trash my voice, but whatever.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm not celebrating that number, not even one bit. The other night I had a short that was stuck on 666 views, and I went into another room and created not created, but logged in as something else just so I could make it go to 667 because I didn't want it sticking on that number.
Well,
all right, here. Look at this video.
Right.
This is Antarctica here. I got to do it back from here. So you see that is looks like an orb around the sun. That's what they say is the top of the dome. And then you come over here and you see the sun again. It's like reflected. Like it seemed like they did 360 degree spin over there. Looked like 180 spin to see the same thing. What do you make of it?
Huh. That's nice.
I don't know, but it does. It is definitely wow. That's
for the people on the radio side. Can we have some colored commentary?
Well,
I'll do the colored commentary.
Probably,
this is a beautiful picture of the sun with the corona.
Because there's different levels to the atmosphere. You know what I mean? And so I'm sure it's an atmospheric level thing. Like that's where, because there's because once you get so high up, you're actually in what stratosphere or whatever they call it. I mean, I'm not
the iconosphere, the condom sphere.
So I'm sure, to me, that's what it seems like it is.
They're saying that
I'm uneducated. I'm just spitballing here.
The flat earthers are in the comments big time saying you could see the dome. That's that arch on top of the thing they're claiming is the dome, the firmament. And it's just
I just think that that's I just think that that's the changeover between the atmospheres, because like the density of the air and all that shit changes as you go closer to space.
But that is not why Antarctica. I don't know why that's the top video. There's a bunch of stuff, like some guys claiming they found a pyramid in Antarctica. But the reason Antarctica is trending today is that Iran has claimed Antarctica. They say Antarctica is ours. And there is a kind of a treaty between, well, I don't know if it was the UN or whoever put it together, that Antarctica belongs to no one, but Antarctica is claiming it for themselves.
Right.
Iran is claiming Antarctica for themselves. So that's why.
Good luck on that.
Well,
that's not going to work.
Now, as far as that thing with the sun goes, what are the Masons saying about it? We heard the flat earthers. What are the Masons? How are because that looks like a Mason symbol as well.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. But I mean,
the Masons, they don't chime in about much,
I'm just saying, but
I have a buddy that's a Freemason, and he won't tell me anything.
That's what I'm saying. The initiates, the upper ones don't say shit, but the lower ones, the ones that like just got in, they're like the ones that hold the door for the other Masons, but they can't hear what's inside. Right. They may be talking.
Yeah, no, I have a friend, because I noticed he had a Freemason ring on, and I was like, bro, are you a Mason? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, tell me about that. He's like, I can't. And I was like, what do you mean you can't? He's like, I can't. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
you tell him. Wait, did you tell him? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so slow with this kind of crap. Did you tell him?
Shut the fuck up. Do you like that segment of the show? I think it's pretty fun.
It's the only part I like. You know what? I need to get a sampling. I could go back. I'm sure I have it already on tape of you just saying that and then use that.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, saying that in her voice that I'm sure she gets really annoyed about.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to get a sampling of that and just like put it on a looper or something. Maybe I'll even make a techno song out of it with that. That'd be good.
My god, that'd be great. That'd be good. Dude, Danica would be so happy.
Yeah.
And especially if like I go, shut the fuck up, and she go, yeah. You know what I mean? Like
make it a ringtone.
I
make
know,
it a ringtone.
right? You know,
right?
Huh?
Make it the ringtone.
Make it a ringtone.
Yeah.
So when she calls you,
oh my god, a Lord and Lady ringtone?
Yeah, make it a ringtone.
Okay, she's not here, so she didn't hear me say that. That's going to be a great surprise for her.
Okay. Governor's Comedy Club. Yeah, go ahead, take a quick break. A quick break. Yeah, we'll do this for you while you take a quick break. It'll be just me and GD. What? I just put you out. I'll put you. I got it. Don't do that.
Stop touching things.
Don't touch. I touch myself. Tonight, not tonight. What's tonight? The 15th. Tomorrow night and Saturday night. Adam Ferrara as at Levittown Governor's Comedy Club. Now, Adam Ferrara, he was on Dennis Leary's shows, and he's had some Comedy Central specials and things like that. I've invited him on this program. The thing is, excuse me, I'm getting a little stuffed up here. He is friends with the drummer, ex-drummer of the Rockin' 45s, and very close friends with him. And I could not even get a response from him to an invitation to be on this program. It was just like one of these no replies. I hate that. I would prefer somebody like Penn Jillette who told me, "Fuck you, you're a nobody. I'm not coming on your show." I prefer that to a non-answer, no reply, and especially if it's 2 or 3 times in and you don't reply to me. I'm like, what the fuck? How hard is it to say no? And if you don't say no, I'm just going to keep bugging you for the rest of your life. You're going to get an email from me once a week for eternity until you say no. I'd rather know. Right. So he's at.
I can take a no. I don't want to guess if you've just seen it and ignoring me.
Right.
I can take a no. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, a grown man with a Robert F. Kennedy. Oh, by the way. I have reached out to Mr. Q himself to be on the program. Now he might be desperate enough to come on this program, believe it or not, because we have some friends in common. Like I'm not one of these people. I know Kennedy. But there's a lot of these people who just I know Kennedy. Fuck you, you know Kennedy. You know the worst Kennedy. But I have friends who know Kennedy, and we may be able to get him to come on this program. That would be good, and I would restrain myself. I'm talking to him like this.
You're not going to do that while he's here. So you'll do it behind his back, but not do.
No, right. I would do it the minute when he's in the like green room down there and can tell what I'm saying about him. I would probably our next guest is. But
I fucking dare you!
See if I can get him the bell.
Can you record his reaction? Can you record his reaction in the green room so that we can see it? But
probably could. Probably could.
I know I can. I know I could, but I had to do a screen capture. I'd have to do a screen capture.
This question from Celia. Celia, I think it's Celia. Is that Celia? Celia, or Celia. When is John Daddy O'Clock appearing again? Whenever he would like to. I don't know. I'll reach out to him and ask him but we would love to have John back on. I love nothing. I love more than repeat guests here.
We also like repeat viewers. Just so you know, Celia, we'd love to have you back. In the chat.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
Very active in the chats, and we like that. We like to see that.
Now,
I think she's saying she'll be back when John is back. She doesn't care about any other
Yeah,
guests or us.
probably.
She doesn't
Like, I'm
care.
going to forget about
That's
the show
it.
until then.
We can get her every day if we have John every day.
I feel bad for not having Catherine on today because you know what, she was a major selling point because she's kind of hot in the thumbnail. So I'm sure a lot of people just wanted to tune in to see the hot chick.
What am I,
can be
chopped
hot.
liver to you, man?
Well, now we know. Now we know, Will.
You're more like eggplant. You're more like eggplant to me, and I don't like eggplant.
What if I wore my hair up? What if I wore my hair up instead of down? Because I only wear it down because I was playing basketball and my headband fell off, and this other basketball player says, "You know, with your hair down, you're drop dead gorgeous." So I started wearing it down.
May I finish because I have to get rid of Govs, and we're running out of time for me to get rid of Govs.
Go ahead.
At Belmore this weekend, Brian Chikaki. I don't know him. No, I feel like GD because I should know Brian
That sounds
Chikaki.
like a porn thing.
It
sounds
does.
like a porn thing.
And at Bohemia this weekend, the All-Star Comedy Show. Oh, no, that's tonight. All-Star Comedy Show. And then this weekend, Sean Donnelly. I know Sean Donnelly at the Bohemia location. So that's all of Govs. Thanks, Govs, for being part of the program. We'll see you tomorrow. If you're not too turned off by the extremely